Welcome to this session on Universal Healing, Awakening the Heart of Humanity. The heart of humanity is an ocean of infinite love and peace. It is now time for universal healing, awakening all to this one heart, aligning the different energies within, so that we may all be healed. Our intention is to awaken our higher consciousness so that we can connect to one another through the heart and be of authentic service to all of life, love in full expression. Just as we can open up to the same sky through windows of different shapes and colors, there are many pathways to awakening and healing. This unique 7 series of workshops encompasses healing traditions from different religions and cultures. Each daily session, lasting an hour, may include breathwork, chanting, meditation, artwork, and spiritual exercises. Our intention is to awaken our higher consciousness so that we may connect to the other through the heart and be of authentic service to God's magnificent creation. Join us during these 7 days at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. You can register at www.charterforcompassion.org. Hi, good morning. I'm Mérida McCarthy. I will be your guide for this second session during your journey through the chakras from this series of universal healing, awakening the heart of humanity. This is part of the Charter for Compassion 2023 theme, healing ourselves, healing our world, delving deeper. This series was also developed as an offering for the World Interfaith Harmony Week and part of 40 Days of Peace, which you will also find on the Charter for Compassion website. Today, we're going to be delving deeper into the relationships and creative center, the Sacral Chakra, or Swadhisthana, as it's called in Hindu. The second center is located about 3 centimeters below your belly button. I usually use 3 fingers or 4 to figure out where I have my second chakra. It is kind of just below the belly button and just above the genitals or the pubic bone. The sacral chakra is associated with the color orange. It regulates the energy associated with passion, pleasure, and sensuality. The sacral chakra, or Swadhisthana, is the center of our emotional, creative, and sexual energy. When was the last time you felt emotionally grounded, creative, sexually desirable, energetic, and bursting with passion for life? The vivacity that you were feeling was likely when your sacral chakra was in complete harmonious balance. People with a balanced sacral chakra radiate warmth, playfulness, and good humor. Unfortunately, many experiences in life can lead to blocked sacral chakras. If you've experienced body shame, a strict or authoritarian upbringing, sexual abuse or dysfunction, toxic relationships, religious indoctrination, or critical forms of social conditioning that have limited the flow of your life force energy, you likely have an impaired sacral chakra or unbalanced. The second center is a lower creative center. The superior creative center is our 5th chakra. Women create babies, and personal life projects are actually born in the second center. Then they're developed through the will, in our third center or solar plexus. They are further developed through the love and passion and unconditional sharing with the fourth chakra, and they are finally manifested and communicated through the fifth chakra. A closed sacral chakra can make you feel detached from your own emotions as well as the emotions of the people around you. You may feel isolated and anxious to be alone or lonely. It's a vicious cycle that can cause loneliness as well as anxiety. There's a feeling of not belonging anywhere. So here you can see, and if you were here yesterday, you may have learned some grounding practices from Steve and Donna, who shared beautiful grounding meditation and exercises for us to do on a daily basis. Those can be the foundation of working with our emotions. So sometimes when we are feeling very emotional, what is necessary is first to ground and to feel safe. Once we can do that, we can delve deeper into our emotions and we don't feel so afraid to confront them. Balancing our chakras is actually believed to result in a process known as awakening. Though it is said to be rare, the term awakening means that the connection with your sacral chakra is fully balanced, open, and very strong. What this means is that you've reached your own place, your sacred being. When your sacral chakra is actually healed, you might notice a shift in your relationships with people, animals, food, spirituality, nature. You might also start to develop stronger intuition, equilibrium in your emotions, an increase in your creativity, improved emotional health, and greater sexual intimacy. We'll be working with the healing of these issues a little later on during the session, but first let's delve deeper into what we know about this energy center. There are many deities and divinities and saints and patrons and the whatnots related to this chakra. We have Parvati from India, Indra, Varuna, Vishnu, and those are Hindu from Hindu mythology. Indra, for example, is the king of heaven, and he is the deity of the storms, rain, water, thunder, and lightning, flowing rivers. And Varuna, for example, is the Vedic phase of Hindu mythology, with a personification of divine authority, ruler of the sky realm, and keeper of moral law. Vishnu was one of the main gods of Hinduism, the preserver and protector of the universe. He returns to Earth in troubled times to restore the balance between good and evil. I added here my own research. For example, we have Saint Bridget from Ireland, who is a patron saint of fertility, or whom people call upon when they need to heal their fertility. Or Diana, who is a very strong woman, Roman goddess associated with the moon and protector of childbirth. You also find Ichel, who is a Mayan goddess that protects mothers, children, childbirth, creativity. She's known as the rainbow goddess and is often depicted as with a rabbit or weaving. You'll find her down here. So she's actually being creative and the symbol of fertility once again. Also, Venus was one of the most famous goddesses of all times. She has captivated artists for hundreds of years. And she's often depicted in many paintings. She stands for feminine flow, beauty, romantic love. She's also, her Greek counterpart is Aphrodite. And lastly, but not leastly, we have Ostara. Ostara is actually used the name for the spring equinox in many parts of the world, and is often also showed with a rabbit to help with fertility and renewal. We can also call upon Archangel Gabriel, one of the greatest archangels spoken of in the three Abrahamic religions, known to be the messenger. If we need healing in our sacral chakra, he's linked to healing relationships, creativity, and fertility. The divinity of this chakra is also Brahma, the creator, and his daughter Saravasti, the goddess of wisdom and fine arts. When the world is out of balance, Vishnu changes shape and arrives in the world to bring it back into balance. During the world ages, Vishnu is believed to have returned in many forms, including a fish, a boar, a prince, and a Buddha. Vishnu's energy works to bring us back to the state of equilibrium so we can function from our most radiant self. Rakini, or Shakti, or goddess energy of this chakra, has two heads and is represented to represent the duality between one's internal landscape and the external environment. Rakini represents the inner fluidity that allows us to move seamlessly with the duality we encounter every day. Light, dark, day, night, good, bad, push, pull. When we learn how to live in our natural flow, we connect our inner world with the inner world around us, and we connect with inner joy and happiness. So to activate happiness, the essence of Rakini Shakti, we can chant Om Rakini Namaha, or we can call upon any of the deities we saw in the previous slide. They will all grant you the healing of the second chakra. Awakening this Swadhisthana chakra brings clarity and development of the personality. But before this can happen, we must purify our consciousness of negative qualities. In the symbolic picture of the Swadhisthana chakra is the lotus of 6 petals. These represent our negative qualities, which are to be overcome. For example, anger, hatred, jealousy, cruelty, desire, and pride. Other base qualities that hinder our development are lethargy, fear, doubt, revenge, envy, and greed. The animal designated to represent the Swadhisthana chakra is the crocodile. It symbolizes laziness, insensitivity, and the danger that slumbers in this chakra. The element of Swadhisthana is water. Also a symbol of hidden danger. Water is soft and pliable, but it also has an immense power when out of control. This is just how it is with the Swadhisthana chakra, when negative emotions arise from the subconscious to the conscious state. And then we can be put completely off balance. As we have mentioned before, the color of Swadhisthana is orange, the color of sunrise, which is symbolic of the rising consciousness. Orange is the color of activity and purity, and it indicates the positive qualities that unfold in this chakra, such as joy, faith, self-confidence, and energy, vitality. There are signs, however, for an unhealthy sacral chakra. The best way to tell whether you need to undergo sacral chakra healing is to pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, actions, and physical sensations within your body. Here are some of the signs to look out for. You're addicted to anything that brings pleasure, such as food, gambling, sex, work, alcohol, drugs, compulsive buying, etc. You feel emotionally numb or cold, and you find it hard to feel very much of any kind of emotion. You feel sexually frigid and you have a low, non-existent libido, or you're sexually impulsive and your libido tends to be in overdrive. You're neurotic, or you can't handle spontaneity or uncertainty. You've got reproductive problems such as infertility, impotence, and menstrual issues. You're constantly fatigued. You have little energy for anything. You feel inhibited or repressed from expressing your true feelings or desires. You're extremely emotionally reactive, and you're like a drama junkie. You're emotionally hypersensitive or emotionally aloof. Maybe you're creatively blocked and you tend to overthink everything. You might have lower back, kidney, or stomach disorders. Or stomach cramps are quite frequent in this chakra imbalance. How many of these signs can you relate to from this list? Now, did you know that there are actually two types of chakra imbalances? So while we have deficient sacral chakra being passive or energetically numb, an excessive sacral chakra is energetically aggressive or manic. Here's a breakdown of the difference between the two. When it's deficient, it's lifeless. When we feel lifeless, sluggish, passive, blocked inwards, not enough energy flows in us. And when it's excessive, we feel rather lively, agitated, reactive, aggressive, outwards, and there's too much energy in us. One of the exercises we use in healing is to actually try to balance those energies. So when there's an excess, we can actually bring it from our abdomen with our hands. We can rub our hands together. We can bring them to the abdomen, and we can elevate those energies to the fifth chakra, which is the superior creative center. And we will try to balance out, because when there's an excess energy in the second chakra, we might not be able to speak much, or we might speak too much. So what we try to do, and each person is very different, is to try to balance out those energies between the two centers. So I have one hand on my abdomen and one hand on my throat, and I will try to balance those out, and that will help me both think more clearly and speak more clearly. So when you have a clear, strong, harmonious chakra, sacral chakra, you will firstly feel comfortable in your skin. You will no longer struggle with sexual guilt or indulgence, but you'll come to honor your sacred sexuality and enjoy it in a balanced way. Not only will you enjoy the pleasures of life, but you will be open to experiencing life and your passion for it. You'll be both emotionally open, but also emotionally grounded and with healthy boundaries. Not only that, but you get back your creative flow once again, and you'll enjoy the spontaneity of life. The question is figuring out what kind of imbalance do you have? And you probably do know what it is, but let's do an activity to help unblock and reactivate this energy. So as well as doing this exercise, we're now going to go into a meditation. For this meditation, you might like to have a pen and paper ready in case you feel like you want to write or draw at any moment during this guided meditation. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds if you need to go and get one. As soon as you're ready, sit in a comfortable position. Place your feet on the ground and take a couple of deep, deep breaths. Breathe in deep and breathe out, pulling your abdomen towards your spine, letting out all the air. Breathe in deep and breathe out, completely relaxing your body. Now we're going to do a mini grounding exercise, which you can come back to during any moment during the rest of the meditation if you're feeling vulnerable or over emotional. Connect or take all your attention to your feet. Feel the soles of your feet connected to Mother Earth, and feel how, with each in-breath and out-breath, you can pull up a vibrant, strong, grounded energy through the feet. As if you were bringing up the energy of Mother Earth through the soles of your feet. Feel how, with the in-breath and the out-breath, this energy rises through your ankles, through your thighs, up your knees, fills your hips. Keep this grounded energy right there in your hips, feeling heavy on your seat. And whilst you're doing that, bring your attention to your mind's eye and visualize a great big sun shining down on you. The light is entering your body through the top of your head, flowing down through your body, illuminating your face, your neck, your chest, your arms, hands, fingers, flowing down through the center of your body and resting on your second chakra. Feel the two energies from Earth and from universe merge right there in your sacral center, in a bright color orange. You may take your hand to your lower abdomen, to the space where the second chakra lies, about 3 inches below your belly button. Breathe in deep again, trying to get the air to reach that area of your body. Feel its movement. Do this a couple of times, trying to connect to that second chakra, feeling the energy of that area. Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it tense or relaxed? Imagine with your mind's eye all the organs that you have there. Try to feel their energy with your hands. Feel their vibration, their strength, their weakness, the pain. And just allow your hands to feel. Pay attention to your sacral chakra, visualizing this orange light expanding from it, covering each organ, muscle, cell, atom of that area. And feel your hands. With your hands on that area, we are going to chant the mantra VAM, V-A-M, 3 times. And each time we inhale, we want the air to reach that area and we want to feel that chakra vibrate upon the exhalation. So pull in the air as deep down into your body, into your abdomen, and imagine it vibrates if you can't feel it. Let's do this together. Breathe in. Vam. Breathe in. Vam. And once again, breathe in. Vam. We know this is the center of our emotional, creative, and sexual energy. Let's explore this together through visualization. You might feel vulnerable during this part, but just allow your feelings and emotions to flow, just like water through your body. And if you need to feel safe, you can always open your eyes and or do a grounding practice, like connecting your feet to the ground or feeling heavy on your seat, or just coming back to the meditation when you feel ready. Now, with your eyes closed or just slightly open, if you feel you might fall asleep, go back to your mind's eye. And try to pick a moment in your life, remembering when you were a child, any age, up to the age of 10 or 12. Become aware of your size back then. Where were you at that moment, that memory that you're imagining and remembering now? What were you wearing? What were you doing? And most importantly, how were you feeling? What kind of thoughts did you have at the time? Who was around you? Just visualize that child in front of you. Be honest with yourself. Don't judge, just observe. And if you do feel vulnerable, remember to ground, allowing your emotions to flow just as much as feels safe for you. Are your parents there? Your guardians? Your caretaker? How does that feel? Is there anyone else around? How does that feel? What do you think they thought of you as a child? How do they actually act around you or with you, towards you? How do they talk to you? What beliefs, ideals, prejudices were taught to you as a child? Remember to ground if you feel vulnerable and allow your emotions to flow just as much as feels safe for you. I'm going to repeat the questions. How old were you at the time in this memory? Where were you? What were you wearing? What were you doing? What were you thinking? How are you feeling? Who is around you? Are they your parents, your guardians, another caretaker? How does that feel as a child? Would there be anybody else around? How does that feel? What do you think they thought of you as a child? How do they act with you? How do they talk to you? What beliefs, ideals, and prejudices were taught to you as a child? Remember to to ground if you feel vulnerable and allow your emotions to flow as much as feels safe for you. Maybe at this point, you feel like adding movement to your meditation. Maybe you feel like swaying or walking, moving your feet, or hugging yourself. You might prefer to start writing. Many of us don't have pleasant memories of our childhood, and these memories and experiences somehow stay hidden in our body. Sometimes they don't bother us, but sometimes they do come up, even at the most inconvenient moments, and in all sorts of forms. We're not judging right now. We're observing, noting, bringing awareness. Now we're going to start the healing. And for that, you're going to visualize your parents in your mind's eye. Because one of the pains of the Sacral Chakra is healing the relationship with our parents. It's healing the image we have as children of our parents. So I'm going to ask you to imagine them there right in front of you. If you didn't know your parents, you may use your guardians or caretakers, or simply imagine what your parents may have looked like. Giving yourself space and time to feel whatever emotion emerges from your body. Breathe in, breathe out, and imagine you are able to talk to them about how you feel. Imagine they are able to listen, and they listen to all you have to say. What would you tell them? What do you think they answer back? Listen carefully without judgment, then just listen. Remember to ground if you feel vulnerable and allow your emotions to flow as much as feels safe for you. Do you need to forgive anything in that relationship? Do they need to forgive you for anything? That's okay. We all have things we want to forgive and be forgiven for. Allow forgiveness to flow through you and your parents. Is there anything you are grateful for in this relationship? Are they grateful to you for anything? Think of things you appreciate about this relationship and allow these feelings to be expressed in your body. Allow gratitude to flow through you and your parents. You might want to call upon universal light energy. Allow it to flow through your crown chakra, through your top of your head, and cover them in light. Who else do you appreciate in your life? What relationships would you like to include in this healing? You can do the same exercise with them. Imagine them in front of you. What would you like them to forgive you for? What would you need to forgive them for? What do you appreciate about them? And allow gratitude to flow through you and them. Remember to ground if you're feeling too vulnerable. Remember that this is also your creative center. Projects and babies are conceived in the energy in the Sacral Chakra. We can heal these too by envisioning either of them in this energy center. Do you have inconclusive life projects you'd like to finish or give closure to? Maybe you'd like to pursue them or one of them. Visualize this project right now with as many details as you can possibly think of. Imagine it now as a finished project and allow your body to feel the satisfaction and joy that comes when a job is well done. If you want to give closure to an inconclusive project, imagine it surrounded by a bright orange light. Just like a balloon, allow it to flow out of your body and float away into the universe. If it's a baby you wish for, send healing orange light to your abdominal area. And imagine water flowing through it, and imagine the light, the orange light, healing each corner of your matrix, your uterus, your ovaries, and men can do the same. Imagining this orange light in their testicles, their prostate, Pay attention to your sacral chakra again. Inhale the color orange through your nose, all the way to your abdomen. Visualize this color going in and exhale this same coming out again. Imagine that every time the orange light reaches it, it expands. It might start out the size of a marble. You expand it with each in-breath and out-breath, radiating further and further from your body. Feel yourself totally supported by yourself and your relationships. Feel supported by the chair you're sitting on, the ground beneath your feet, the space you're in. And place your hands on your sacral chakra again. And we'll chant the mantra VAM, V-A-M, 3 times again. Remember, we want to feel the chakra vibrate on the out breath. Breathe in. VAM. Breathe in. VAM. One last time. Breathe in. VAM. Start breathing normally. Feel the vibration within your body. And just allow it to settle. Bring your attention to your feet and connect to earth. And with each in-breath and out-breath, bring the energy back to your body. Listen to the sounds around you. Become aware of your surroundings. And you can slowly start moving your fingers, your hands, your arms. And you can stretch as if you were just waking up. And you might even feel like giving yourself a hug for all the good work done right now. And you can continue all this work by writing, drawing, painting, dancing, moving your hips, doing yoga, dancing around a fire, going to therapy for further deconstruction of blocked feelings, or talking to a friend, or you can even sing them out, which will level out the balance, the energies between the second and the fifth chakra. And also you can come to tomorrow's session where Imam Jamal, will help you move these emotions further up through the energy ladder and deal with them in a very caring and loving way. And please stay on for some final tips on how to heal the second chakra. Slide 15. You can use sacral energy stones For example, amber and orange aventurine, and chameleon and calcite or tiger's eye, moonstone and citrine. And I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce them all correctly. You can also sit in water, sit in a river, in a lake, or just fill a bucket, big bath with water, and sit in it for a while, since that will help heal your second chakra. There are food we can eat, like orange, carrots, sweet potatoes. There's a long list of orange fruits and vegetables that we can include into our diet to help us with the second chakra. There are various yoga poses like Warrior Two, the Goddess pose, Low Lunge, Pigeon pose. Anything that will help move our hips and our abdomen and strengthen that area will help our second chakra. It's also a good time to be creative. You can start a new hobby or craft a project, anything that will help you stimulate creativity. I often use coloring of mandalas as a great kickoff for some creative project. And you can always repeat to yourself the affirmations: I am centered and grounded. I am here. I am safe. With every breath, I release all anxiety and fear. I am at home in my body. I have everything I need to create the life I desire. And with this, we come to the end of this session, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And please don't forget to join us again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time to continue healing our solar plexus chakra with Imam Jamal. Thank you.